Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Smith, and for those of you who are new here, I'm a board-certified physician with over 25 years of dedicated experience in senior health and preventive medicine. My passion, my absolute mission, is to empower each and every one of you to live your best life, to stay strong, to remain independent, and to embrace vibrant health, especially as we navigate the incredible journey of aging. It's about adding life to your years, not just years to your life, and that's what we're all about here. Now, I hear this a lot in my practice. Doc, my legs just don't feel the same. They feel weaker, sometimes heavier, and it's harder to get around like I used to. If this sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. What many people don't realize is that often the culprits behind this gradual decline in leg strength and vitality are hiding in plain sight, right there on your plate or in your daily habits. These hidden dietary and lifestyle factors can silently chip away at your mobility and energy levels, but the good news is, we can fight back. So, in today's video, we're going on a deep dive. We're going to uncover the most common dietary enemies that are waging a war on your leg health. I'll also shed light on two specific vitamins that, while essential, can paradoxically weaken your legs if you're getting too much of them, a crucial piece of information many overlook. And most importantly, we'll explore practical, actionable lifestyle changes you can start making today to reclaim that strength, that spring in your step, and that overall vitality. Stick with me because this is information you won't want to miss. Alright, let's kick things off with a category that for many is a source of comfort and joy, but can be a real wolf in sheep's clothing when it comes to your leg health sugary desserts. I'm talking about those delicious cakes, cookies, pastries, and ice creams. While an occasional treat is perfectly fine, a regular indulgence in these high-sugar items sets off a cascade of negative reactions in your body. One of the biggest problems is chronic inflammation. Think of inflammation as your body's internal fire alarm. A little bit is okay, even necessary for healing. But when it's constantly blaring because of a high-sugar diet, it starts to damage healthy tissues, including your muscles and blood vessels, which are vital for strong legs. This constant inflammatory state doesn't just make your joints ache, it directly impacts muscle function and repair. Furthermore, these sugary delights send your blood sugar levels on a wild roller coaster ride, leading to spikes and crashes. This up and down pattern significantly increases insulin resistance over time. When your cells become resistant to insulin, they can't effectively take up glucose, your body's primary fuel, from your bloodstream. This means your muscles, especially the large muscles in your legs, are starved of the energy they desperately need to function optimally, leading to that feeling of fatigue and weakness. Add to this the fact that sugary foods are often calorie-dense but nutrient-poor, contributing to weight gain, which puts extra strain on your leg joints and muscles, and you've got a recipe for impaired circulation and progressively weaker legs. It's a vicious cycle that we need to break. Next up, let's talk about fried foods. That crispy, crunchy texture can be incredibly tempting, I get it. But what's lurking beneath that golden brown exterior is a serious threat to your leg strength and overall cardiovascular health. Fried foods, whether it's fried chicken, French fries, or donuts, are typically loaded with unhealthy trans fats and excessive amounts of saturated fats. These types of fats are notorious for raising systemic inflammation throughout your body, much like the sugary foods we just discussed. This chronic inflammation doesn't just affect your arteries, it directly impacts the health of your muscle tissue and the delicate linings of your blood vessels, which are crucial for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your hard-working leg muscles. When your circulation is compromised due to inflamed and potentially narrowed blood vessels, your leg muscles don't receive the adequate blood flow they need, especially during activity. This leads to that all-too-common feeling of muscle fatigue, heaviness, and even cramping much sooner than you'd expect. Over time, this consistent assault from fried foods can contribute to conditions like atherosclerosis, where plaque builds up in your arteries, further restricting blood flow. Moreover, the extra calories and unhealthy fats contribute to weight gain, placing additional stress on your knees, hips, and ankles, compounding the problem and making every step a little bit harder. It's a direct hit to both muscle vitality and joint integrity. Now, let's turn our attention to a staple in many diets: bread. Specifically, I'm talking about white bread and other refined carbohydrates like white pasta and white rice. While these might seem harmless, they can be surprisingly detrimental to your leg health. The problem with white bread is that it's made from highly processed grains that have been stripped of their fiber and many essential nutrients. This means your body digests them very quickly, leading to a rapid spike in your blood sugar levels, very similar to what happens when you eat sugary desserts. This sudden surge is inevitably followed by a crash, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, and your muscles, including those in your legs, feeling fatigued and weak. It's a roller coaster your body doesn't appreciate. Beyond the blood sugar issue, this constant cycle of spikes and crashes contributes to increased insulin resistance and can promote weight gain, particularly around the midsection, which again, adds extra burden to your lower limbs. But there's another insidious effect. The lack of fiber and protein in refined carbohydrates like white bread means they don't provide sustained energy or the building blocks your muscles need for repair and growth. In fact, a diet high in refined carbs and low in protein can accelerate sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. So that seemingly innocent slice of white toast could actually be contributing to your legs feeling less powerful over time. Let's move on to a topic that's often surrounded by mixed messages: alcohol. While a very moderate intake might be acceptable for some, excessive alcohol consumption can have a profound and negative impact on your leg health, and indeed, your entire musculoskeletal system. One of the primary ways alcohol undermines your strength is by interfering with the absorption and utilization of key minerals that are absolutely vital for muscle function. I'm talking about calcium, magnesium, and potassium. These electrolytes play critical roles in muscle contraction, nerve signaling, and overall muscle health. When alcohol disrupts their balance, your muscles can't perform optimally, leading to weakness, spasms, and an increased risk of cramps, particularly in the legs. Furthermore, alcohol directly hinders the body's ability to repair and build muscle tissue. After any kind of exertion, or even just daily activity, your muscles need to recover. Alcohol consumption, especially in larger amounts, suppresses protein synthesis, the very process your body uses to repair those tiny muscle tears and build stronger fibers. It also promotes dehydration, as alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate more frequently. Dehydration is a major contributor to muscle cramps, fatigue, and reduced endurance in your legs. And let's not forget the empty calories in alcoholic beverages, which can lead to weight gain without providing any nutritional benefit, further stressing your leg muscles and joints. It's a multi-pronged attack on your leg strength. Alright, let's talk about another common group of foods that can silently sabotage your leg strength: processed meats. This category includes items like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, and jerky. While they might be convenient and tasty for some, they're often packed with two major enemies of your musculoskeletal health: incredibly high levels of sodium and a cocktail of chemical preservatives. The excessive sodium content is a huge concern because it can lead to fluid retention and increased blood pressure. This doesn't just strain your cardiovascular system, it can also cause swelling and stiffness in your joints and muscles, making movement uncomfortable and contributing to that feeling of heavy, tired legs. Beyond the sodium, the preservatives and other additives found in many processed meats, such as nitrates and nitrites, can trigger and exacerbate inflammation throughout your body. As we've discussed, chronic inflammation is a key driver of muscle weakness and joint pain. It creates an environment where your muscles struggle to get the nutrients they need, and where waste products aren't efficiently removed. This inflammatory state, coupled with potentially compromised circulation due to high sodium and unhealthy fats often present in these meats, can significantly reduce your muscle's ability to regenerate and repair itself. Over time, a diet high in processed meats can contribute to a noticeable decline in leg strength, endurance, and overall mobility. Now let's broaden our scope a bit and talk about a pervasive category of foods that are major contributors to declining leg health: ultra-processed foods. This is a really wide net, encompassing things like many brands of instant noodles, commercially baked cakes and cookies, most ice creams, ultra-processed cheeses. Think cheese slices or spreads, milk chocolates, which are often more sugar and fat than actual cacao, many canned foods, especially those with added sauces or syrups, a vast array of processed snacks like chips and crackers, and foods laden with MSG or monosodium glutamate as a flavor enhancer. The defining characteristic of these foods is that they're often far removed from their original state and packed with industrial ingredients. The common thread among these seemingly diverse items is their nutritional profile or lack thereof. They are typically very high in sodium, unhealthy sugars like high fructose corn syrup, detrimental saturated and trans fats, and a host of artificial preservatives, colorings, and flavorings. This combination is a perfect storm for promoting widespread inflammation in your body, which, as we know, is terrible news for your muscles and joints. Furthermore, these foods can lead to poor circulation due to their impact on blood vessel health and blood pressure, and they often contribute to significant fluid retention, making your legs feel heavy, swollen, and weak. They offer very little in terms of essential nutrients your muscles need to thrive, essentially burdening your system while starving it of goodness. It might seem counterintuitive because we often talk about vitamin deficiencies, but it's absolutely crucial to understand that you can indeed have too much of a good thing, and vitamin A is a prime example when it comes to potential leg weakness. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means that unlike water-soluble vitamins that your body can easily excrete if you take too much, excess vitamin A gets stored in your body, primarily in the liver. While it's essential for vision, immune function, and cell growth in appropriate amounts, chronic high intakes, often from high-dose supplements or consuming large quantities of certain animal livers, can lead to a condition called hypervitaminosis A. When vitamin A builds up to toxic levels, it can cause a range of problems, and muscle and joint pain are classic symptoms. This isn't just a vague ache. It can manifest as significant muscle weakness, making your legs feel less capable and more prone to fatigue. One of the ways it might do this is by interfering with bone metabolism and even causing joint inflammation. Furthermore, extremely high levels of vitamin A can disrupt the delicate balance of other essential nutrients. Specifically, it may interfere with the absorption and utilization of magnesium and calcium, two minerals that are absolutely critical for normal muscle contraction, relaxation, and overall strength. So, if your legs are feeling inexplicably weak and you're taking high-dose vitamin A, it's something to discuss with your doctor. Similar to vitamin A, vitamin D is another fat-soluble vitamin that's absolutely essential for health, particularly for bone strength and immune function. We often hear about the risks of vitamin D deficiency, and rightly so. However, it's equally important to be aware of the potential problems associated with excessive vitamin D intake, a condition known as hypervitaminosis D or vitamin D toxicity. This usually happens from taking very high doses of vitamin D supplements over a prolonged period, not typically from diet or sun exposure alone. One of the main consequences of too much vitamin D is hypercalcemia, which means you have an abnormally high level of calcium in your blood. Now, why is hypercalcemia a problem for your legs? While calcium is vital for muscle contraction, too much of it in the bloodstream can disrupt normal muscle function. This can lead to a range of uncomfortable and debilitating symptoms in your legs, including persistent muscle cramps, stiffness, and a generalized feeling of muscle weakness. Your muscles might feel twitchy or unresponsive. Beyond direct muscle effects, hypercalcemia can also lead to the formation of calcium deposits in soft tissues and can strain your kidneys as they work overtime to try and excrete the excess calcium. This overall systemic stress and direct impact on muscle physiology can significantly impair your leg strength and mobility, making everyday activities a challenge. So we've talked a lot about what not to do, but now let's focus on positive changes. One of the simplest yet most impactful switches you can make for your leg health and overall well-being is to trade in that white bread for whole grain alternatives. Think 100% whole wheat bread, rye bread, pumpernickel, quinoa, oats, brown rice, or even whole grain pasta. The key difference lies in the processing. Whole grains, as the name suggests, contain all parts of the grain kernel, the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. This means they are packed with dietary fiber, B vitamins, iron, magnesium, and antioxidants, all of which are largely stripped away when grains are refined to make white flour. This switch from refined to whole grains directly combats many of the negative effects we discussed earlier. The high fiber content in whole grains slows down digestion, leading to a much more gradual and stable release of glucose into your bloodstream. No more dramatic blood sugar spikes and crashes. This provides your leg muscles with a steady supply of energy, improving endurance and reducing fatigue. The fiber also promotes satiety, helping with weight management, which takes pressure off your leg joints. Furthermore, the array of vitamins and minerals found in whole grains supports overall muscle function, nerve health, and energy metabolism. directly contributing to stronger, more resilient legs ready to carry you through your day with vitality. Let's wrap up our dietary adjustments with some smart strategies for flavoring your food and approaching those occasional indulgences. Instead of relying on processed flavor enhancers like MSG or excessive salt, which we know can contribute to fluid retention and inflammation, I strongly encourage you to explore the wonderful world of natural seasonings. Think fresh or dried herbs like basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, or cilantro. Garlic and onions, whether fresh, powdered, or granulated, add incredible depth of flavor. A squeeze of fresh lemon or lime juice can brighten up almost any dish. These natural options not only make your food taste amazing, but also come with their own health benefits, often including anti-inflammatory compounds, without the detrimental effects of artificial additives or excess sodium. When it comes to desserts and treats, the key is moderation and making smarter choices. You don't necessarily have to banish them entirely, but opt for lower sugar versions when possible. Perhaps a small piece of dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate or fruit-based desserts. And critically, stay well hydrated throughout the day by drinking plenty of water. Proper hydration is essential for muscle function, preventing cramps, and aiding in nutrient transport and waste removal. Finally, become a label detective. Take a moment to read food labels, especially on packaged foods. Look out for hidden sugars, high sodium content, unhealthy fats, and long lists of artificial ingredients. Making informed choices at the grocery store is a powerful step toward protecting your leg health. And there you have it. A comprehensive look at some surprising foods and habits that could be weakening your legs, and more importantly, actionable steps you can take to turn things around. Thank you so much for investing your time with me today. I truly believe that knowledge is power, and by understanding how certain dietary choices impact your body, especially your leg strength and vitality, you're already on the path to making positive changes. It's not about perfection, but about progress. If you found this information helpful, or if you know someone who might be struggling with leg weakness, heaviness, or just wants to stay active and strong as they age, please do me a huge favor, hit that like button, and don't hesitate to share this video. Spreading this knowledge can make a real difference in someone's quality of life, and that's what this community is all about, supporting each other on our health journeys. Your engagement really helps the channel grow and allows me to keep bringing you content like this. Remember, every single positive choice you make, no matter how small it may seem, is a step towards a healthier, stronger, and more vibrant tomorrow. Your legs are your foundation. They carry you through life's adventures. By nourishing your body wisely, you're investing in your independence and your ability to enjoy all that life has to offer for years to come. Take care, stay proactive, and I'll see you in the next video.